Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/AskReddit. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. When did you realize you're not as intelligent as you thought you were? First year of uni. I had it very easy in HS. I was one of the lucky bastards who could ace everything with minimal effort, scored in the 99th percentile in my country's equivalent of the SATs, etc. And then that first year of engineering just took a big ol' shit on everything I thought about myself, lol. It was a pretty humbling experience. Worst part of uni was when people I knew were less intelligent than me, because of the questions they asked in classes/labs, got better grades because they did know how to study. In high school my study method was read it once and ace it, in uni it was more procrastinate and panic. I made it through, but each year I had to retake at least some exams. Honestly used to basically be a poster child for the I am very smart sub. Mostly because I was one of those kids who growing up was told I was apparently gifted, so that gave me this god complex of thinking that I knew everything. It honestly took me till like the middle of middle school to really suddenly start realizing just how little I knew. And therefore you're smart, because you knew how little you knew. Bold of you to assume that I thought of myself as intelligent. I know I'm dumb, so I'll never be disappointed. This is the way. I tried getting out of the car with my seatbelt on yesterday. 2 weeks ago I decided to close the car door at the same time I grabbed for the seatbelt over my shoulder. That's how I slammed 4 fingers at once. Easily the dumbest thing I've ever done. I can see how much of an idiot my dad is. Then I realized how often I've done many of the same stupid things he has. I've had this exact same thought not too long ago. All depends what you focus on. True, I guess. Every time my wife is mad at me, and I think of the perfect comeback, I remember how brilliant I am. And then I say it. A wise man once said, when you get married, get a good bed, and a good couch, for if you're not sleeping in one, you'll be sleeping on the other. Maybe around age 22? Late 1990s, early 2000s. I was one of those kids that always tested into the AGT/GATE/gifted and talented programs at school. I won first place in an Odyssey of the Mind competition. In high school, I was always in honors classes, and by my senior year I had completed so many credits that I only needed to attend school every other day. I worked full-time at a really popular music shop, and was already working as a PA for big arena concerts by the time I was 17, meeting and working for all kinds of famous people at the time. The thing about being a gifted kid, is that you're only gifted if you're a kid. Otherwise, I was just being a regular person, with a job. Somewhere around 22, my work, my band, the fact that I lived alone away from my parents wasn't super special anymore. It sent me into a really deep depression, because I realized I'd been sort of defining myself as a gifted human, but now nothing made me special anymore. Anytime I got praise at work, it just didn't hit the same. I was writing and playing music around town, booking a lot of solo gigs, and I always felt like a poser, a wannabe, and like why was I even trying anymore when so many people similar to my age and experience were starting to become more accomplished than me. I ended up quitting music altogether and moving to a completely different state in 2002. I started a career in hospitality and theater management, staying backstage, behind the curtain or behind the scenes instead. I became too emotionally attached to any small successes in my new city, and the personality I once had was shelved. I didn't listen to music anymore. I never went to shows or played at home for myself because it always took me back to a place of great shame. I am nowhere near as special as I was told I would be. I felt like I had been humiliating myself back home, walking around like I had all this unique talent, when really I was insignificant and everyone knew it but me. I'm 43 now. I'm only just now pulling the mic stand out of my closet and dusting off old songs again. I completely missed my window for doing something big with my music. I'm too old to be a rock star, and a lifetime of trauma and mental illness has taken a lot from me. But if 2020's lockdowns have given me anything, it's that I now can have days when I strap on my guitar, plug in the amp, and sing myself back to 1994. When I was 17, living in a suburb of Sacramento, and having to sneak out of the house every Tuesday night to drive downtown to Café Paris, a 21 and over bar, and make my regular Tuesday night gig. I used to be a gifted kid. Now I'm kind of an eccentric adult. My voice sounds different than it did 20 years ago, but I can still hit the notes. My songs are the same, but they have different meaning. When I visited this site and read their FAQ page. 6 months after I started med school. When I answered this question, thus confirming it. Sorry dude, or woman, here is a free award. We're even now. I have trouble opening doors that have pull written on them. That's tough. When I got slightly more intelligent and could recognize my own stupidity. I might do it again once I bother to learn some more shit. I used to be ahead in elementary school. They told me I had a 6th grade reading level in 1st grade. From then on I've lost a lot of motivation to read and learn how to study well. A lot of my peers caught up eventually, and I learned I'm now just below average. When I searched for my glasses in a panic for nearly 30 minutes, and they were on my face. Going from university to grad school. I did well in uni and was so confident. After first year in grad school, I know I am just average. There are people can remember lecture slides after reading over them. It's crazy. In 7th grade when I argued with a smart kid that I was not 4 feet 12 inches. I was 5. It took me way too long to figure out why he was looking at me like that. When I discovered this, knowledge is having the right answer. Intelligence is asking the right question. I was a straight A student, but always the quiet one and never asked questions in class. I learned what I was taught and excelled, but rarely questioned anything. I'm trying to change that now, at work. LOL. I feel so dumb around my coworkers, literally zero confidence. Every one of my friends all got 34 to 36 on their ACT, and got free college tuition, while I had to take out student loans and debt my ass to space because I only got a 26. That sucks. Glad I'm European cause I would have been in the same boat. I am the greatest thinker of my generation. Still waiting. My man. I entered university. Half of the people there are smarter and or had a better education, and the other half is equally smart as you. Really makes you realize how small your world was. I took all honors and advanced classes in high school. My average GPA equated to a B. Then I failed out of college twice. And I'm back for a 3rd time where I just came to the realization that our solar system is in the Milky Way galaxy. I'd say it was when I dropped an empty plastic colander, panicked because it was going to hit my foot, so I tried to quickly move my foot out of the way and ended up kicking the solid wood cabinets hard enough to split my toenail straight down the middle. The colander weighed maybe around 1/10 of a pound. It would not have hurt at all. When a college prof told me I was a good test taker. All the time. About everything. Better times are always ahead. I used to watch kids in first-year college physics freak out because they took AP physics in HS. Grad school in Germany. I'm from the US and did my BA there. I used to be the smartest kid in class, had a 3.9 GPA and always spoke during discussions. I got to Germany and while their education system is truly better, I realized I was good at studying, in reality, memorizing and regurgitating facts and dates, but terrible at analysis and theory. Math class. Every year. But then, I never considered myself all that smart. Then I got the results of 2 IQ tests. Apparently, I just can't math. Never. I am as intelligent as I think I am. That's pretty intelligent of you. Actually had a dream about it somewhere in grade 1. I was always top of my class and shit. One night I had a dream that I was in a remote-controlled tank, the remote being Nintendo DS. I had lost all 3 lives in the game, which in the dream was very much not a simulation and scary AF. I was scared and wanted it to stop, but couldn't. Someone took the Nintendo from me, opened the menu and clicked endgame, and it stopped. One of the 2 dreams I remember from that time LMAO, but it was that moment I realized how fucking dumb I can be. Joining Reddit. Today when my dad asked me a GK question and I couldn't answer. What was the question? Knowledge and intelligence are different things, though, and it's entirely possible to have either one without the other. When I first went to school, Sag. Adversely, I realized I was much smarter than I thought I was through the entirety of my math class. solving functions from years ahead of my current grade, and overall just picking up the material very quickly. That's what I had Oswell, until I got to college lol. 7th grade. When I drunkenly asked at a music festival ordering food if vegan was a meat, ordering vegan biscuits and gravy. Drunk, you should have known better, SMH. Once when I was in a special ed class, and if I remember correctly, the special ed teacher said that we were as smart as or smarter than the normal class, but that we just couldn't write it down on paper, or put it down on paper or something like that. In some ways they are. A lot less bullying going on and more acceptance of others being different. Ivy never met a mean spirit in a special ed class. Some people never learn those things. Calculus 101. I had no idea. Took like 3 EAs for me to decide the arts were better for me than the sciences. Grad school. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.